You still need tips on how to have a fun, festive look without being too over the top. Watch this video. Okay, you guys wanted holiday glam made easy. So I'm wearing the Lashify lashes with the Flutter Habit glue. We're gonna see how they stay. I love the Lashify lashes, I do. First, we're gonna do our eyes. We're gonna do a heavier eye look. So we're gonna do that first because if there's any fallout, we can wipe it off. We don't have to worry about like messing up our makeup look. If you have a system like Flutter Habit or Lashify to already have your lashes done, great. If not, you can put on strip lashes or even magnetic lashes. My number one tip of putting on falsies is let the glue like dry and get tacky and then start putting it on. Okay, so we're gonna do brows first. The reason why I like doing the brows first for doing an eye look first is because I want something to have like a frame of where to put the shadows. The first thing when you do is prime our eyelid. It helps the eyeshadow stick and it also gets rid of any discoloration. I typically use just like my highlight color, which I use for my whole face on my eyes. You can also use an eyeshadow primer. I really like the Urban Decay ones. I'm just going to lightly pat it on so you can see the difference. So we're gonna do the top of our eyes first, do the rest of our makeup, and then finish the bottom of our eyeshadow. So first we're gonna go in with this color, Bubba. I like it because it adds a little bit of warmth. It's a really good transition color, especially if you're using cooler colors but you want a little bit of warmth in it. So I'm tapping it on and tap off any excess. And we're gonna start here and just kind of go above my natural crease. Take my eyes appear larger and then kind of circle here and go up and come over. Do just a little bit at a time. It'll have a much smoother like blend. It'll look a lot better. If you like an even warmer transition color, you can go into this color Leo, which looks bright orange and scary. But let's put it on just so you can see. It really is not scary on. Especially blended out with a brush like this that just softly diffuses the color. So I'm putting most of my pigment here in the crease, lightly blending the edges up. Okay, I'm gonna flip over to this pointy side and I'm gonna go first into Philly. It's kind of a warmer dark brown without being too dark. And I'm just lightly tapping it and placing it on this outer part of my eye, kind of going like a V or a triangle so that it stays in place and stays more pigmented. Now that's on place on each eye. It's a little sloppy this way. We're gonna flip over to this blending side and we're going to diffuse it. And don't worry about these edges, we're gonna clean those up too. And this is gonna be a cooler brown I'm going in with now. Trust. And I'm just gonna build up that color on that outer edge. Now we're gonna go in with this color Stardust. I'm just doing it very lightly. I'm loving that. Okay, I do want to add a little glitter though. I think I'm gonna go in with gold with a itty bit of silver. I'm gonna take the silver first. I just pat it on my finger. I'm just barely touching my eye because I want more of this gold. See how pretty that is. Now you can go through. With your clean brush, I like tapping into Cupcake, which is like a skin color tone. If you have a darker complexion, this probably won't work as well for you. But light to medium, it should be fine. Just kind of cleaning that area. Then a makeup remover wipe. I don't think there's a ton of fallout. You see there's this, and that's gonna make your circles look darker and not bright. Okay, you can keep that sharp. I typically like a more diffused look. So I'll go through and kind of blend the edges of it after I put on my foundation. So let me do that real quick. Okay, I'm doing a full coverage look today. You can tell I need to blend it. The reason why is because Christmas parties and whatnot, you're gonna be taking a lot of pictures. photographs to kind of diffuse your coloring, your makeup, so you need to go heavier with things like contour and blush. So far I just have my main highlight color and my brightening highlight and my contour on. So let's blend. See, it's not scary. It blends so beautifully. Okay, I like tapping under my eye and up along the side of my nose where my highlight is. Cheek contour, I blend rolling up just slightly into where you're gonna put your blush. I'm waiting to do my blush to the end till I figure out my lip color and what would go well with it. I like setting under my eyes. Almost I need to order more. This is Vanilla Dust. And I'm using my Power Powder brush, and you see that doe foot end goes perfectly under your eyes and it just diffuses that light. I love a glowy, youthful look, but most people, myself included, can get darker under their eyes, get a little bit baggier or whatnot, and you want something that's going to diffuse the light some, like Vanilla Dust. Also, if you tend to get oily here, I do right here. That's really the only place I need to do it. So now we're going to finish up some of the eyeshadow. This is the same brush I used. I told you I'm going to kind of soften the edge a little bit. So I'm going to soften it just a little bit so it's more natural. I'm going to go back into that Bubba color. I'm going to go under my eye, focusing mostly on this outer 2/3. If you need to, flip over to the small side. And if you even want to go into that brown color that you used, the cooler brown, I'm kind of do on the outer edge. So I'm going to use Georgia, which is this one right here. This is a powder, so it's a lot more intense. Let's see if I like it. It looks like it might be a little too dark for me. I'm gonna have to go in with Glam. If you see, they're super duper pigmented. You gotta be careful. We're gonna diffuse it, don't worry. I feel like very easily you could do a very neutral, almost skin tone lip, but I think I'm gonna do red. Okay, now I'm gonna go into my reds. First, I'm gonna line my lips though. I'm gonna use just my contour color and line my lips. And we're gonna go in with this color right here. It's a matte color and it's bright red. I like applying it more like a lip stain. If you see how I do it. I want to make sure I get all the wrinkles out of my lips so it gets to all the areas. So that's why I'm making that weird face. I'm just doing a little bit at a time. What I gotta add a little blush. You know what? I think I'm gonna use the same color. Don't be scared. Tap just a itty bit and just blending it out with this tapered end of the best blend forever. There's a very natural flushed look. You all know I love a glowy look. So one thing I love doing is taking my Bella bronzer and mixing it with Glow Illuminator. It's an illuminator for darker skin tones, but if you're like me and pale but you still want to use it, you can by mixing it. If you see, I kind of mix them both together. And I'm gonna lightly apply it on just to warm up my face, warm up my neck. You need to use setting spray. If you're going out, you spent all this time on your makeup, you want it to stay in place. One more thing for this Christmas party, I was totally inspired by my friend Morgan Baldwin and her adorable accessories. She's so good at fashion accessories. I am not. I feel like pearls could be really good. Look at that, how that brings out the whites of my eyes. With that red, look how white my teeth look. So I could do pearls. I could these little twisty ones for a little bit, not quite as fancy. And then these ones I actually got because Morgan had one like them. So let's try. My hair's not very thick, so I'm not sure how exactly this is gonna work or if I'm doing them right. By the way, I found these on Amazon. I'll link them in my Amazon favorites for you too because they're super cheap for this whole little set. I look like this. I promise it's not hard. Just follow the simple steps, darker to lighter. Do your eyes first, and you'll look